I can't remember the last time I wore my hair up in a video. I haven't washed it in like 3 days though. Hello everyone, today we're doing our June hits and misses, and I really wasn't planning on doing this video until I started thinking of like all of the stuff I could tell you guys about. So I have about 5 favorites and about 5 or 6 misses, so let's go ahead and get into it. My first hit for this month was the Fiona Stiles Matte Finish Foundation Concentrate in 03. I featured this in my Ulta haul. If you guys didn't check it out, I'll have the link up there for you guys. I bought a lot of stuff and a lot of it has been amazing. But I don't think I've stopped talking about this foundation since that haul. I don't think I've worn another foundation either. I have it on my skin today. It is beautiful and it lasts so long. I did get the matte version. There's also a luminous version, but I love the coverage on this and the way it lasts on my skin. I can put this on at 7 o'clock in the morning, set it, and it just is one of those foundations that doesn't feel like it's gonna move, which I love during the summer. By the end of the day, after I go to work and everything, this still looks really, really great. I will say it does fall into the fine lines around my mouth just a little bit throughout the day, but I can just easily like buff that away with my fingers and I'm good to go. So love, love, love this foundation. If you are like in a foundation rut like I was before I found this, I would definitely say to go check it out. My next favorite is this little pink pencil right here, and this is the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Gel Pencil, and I got the shade Sharp Brown. I bought this right when they came out because I liked how fine it was, and I don't typically use liners like this because you guys know I like a wing and one of those felt tip liners. Those are my favorite. But this caught my eye. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab it because I want to try brown again. I used to wear brown liner a lot and I loved it. So recently, you know what, actually, when I first got this, I was like, it's okay, but I don't see myself using it. And I was going to return it, but thankfully I didn't. I reached for this randomly like a few weeks ago and I have been absolutely loving it. I wear this on my lash line, and what I do is this pencil glides on so smoothly that it is so easy to just drag it along my lash line, and then I just take an angled brush and I blend it out. So this creates like a really nice liner is what I have going on today. It's nothing too harsh. The brown is deep enough to where it gives me like definition, but it's not as harsh as black. So yeah, once I just kind of glide over everything, it just smooths out that line, diffuses it just a little bit, and I love this for many reasons. One is because I used to only wear mascara, like to work and stuff, no other eye makeup, and I didn't feel like my eyes looked finished. So when I started doing this trick, I mean, it was super easy to apply, and also, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I apply my mascara, I get it on my lash line no matter how hard I try. So when I wasn't wearing liner, it was super noticeable. Some days it would bother me enough to where like I would take a Q-tip and like buff it off, but other days I just didn't care and it stayed on my eyes all day. So with this little trick, I have a liner on that makes my eyes look more defined and finished, but it also hides anything I get on my lid in that area when I'm applying my mascara. So absolutely loving this and loving the brown for summer. Something else from that Ulta haul that has been a favorite ever since I tried it was this Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I don't know what's in this stuff, but guys, I have been reaching for this almost every single day since I tried it because it is so quick and easy and my lashes are good to go in one coat. I still can't believe that. This gives me incredible blackness, volume, and length in one coat. I will say that I can only add one coat. Like if I take this mascara too far, because this brush is quite dense, it's hard to get some separation, so I'll be sure to keep like a clean spoolie or something at my vanity while I'm getting ready in case I do need a little bit more separation. But oh my gosh guys, like seriously, this mascara is like $5 and it makes my lashes look amazing. Plus there has been absolutely no issues with wear. I will say that this formula, I don't know, it's a little bit like on the wetter side, so I feel like sometimes it can get a little bit messy like on my lid and stuff when I'm applying it. But as far as this lasting on my lashes, I haven't had any smearing or smudging, and it's fairly easy to remove at night. Next up is this little brush right here, and this is actually from Morphe. I put in a Morphe order where I got a palette and also some brushes a couple months ago, I think, and I have recently just like fallen in love with this brush. This is the M438. I don't know if you guys watch Manny MUA, but he's the one that really inspired me to try Morphe, and I used his code to get like 10% off or something, so I actually went to his video when I was putting in my order and like writing down all of the ones I wanted to try, so I'm pretty sure this is one that he talks about. And also, one more thing about that Morphe order, I did put it in to get a fan brush because I really wanted a fan brush for my highlight to make it a little bit easier because I didn't have like a favorite brush to use for my highlight yet, but this is the one that has like completely beaten out that fan brush that I was like so excited for. I absolutely love how long these bristles are, but also how tapered they are. I can't remember if Manny uses this to like set his under eye area or for highlight, but guys, seriously, for highlight, it's incredible. I mostly use it with my Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam, and lately I have been loving the Starburst shade down here. That's what I have on my cheekbones today, but I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but the way these bristles act when you put them in a product like this, like I've just never seen anything like it. Maybe I'm like too excited for this, I don't know. But when I just place it in the product and wiggle it just a little bit, it seriously picks up the perfect amount of product. These bristles spread out in just the right way, and I don't know, I just love how easy it is to get product to put on my face. So after I do that, I literally just go like this, and I'm good to go. And I just love how soft and how loose these bristles are. So absolutely loving this. Would definitely recommend it if you need a new highlighting brush, and it's fairly inexpensive. Every time I do that, I feel like I put on way too much and I'm like gonna look crazy the rest of the video. So I think we're good. And my last favorite for the month of June are my Juicy Shakers. Still, guys, I am like still reeling over my love for these. Is that like even a saying? Does that make sense? I have no idea. But ever since this review, I have not stopped wearing these. So yeah, I do have a full review up for you guys on these if you want to check it out. The link will be right there. I did get 5 shades total, and I show you like all of the swatches in that video, but I wanted to throw these in this one to tell you guys I'm still loving them. They are still incredibly moisturizing, and these 2 shades are like rocking my world. And I think I actually talked about Bohemian Raspberry in that video. This is like the most pink dark, not dark, but like the one that shows up on my lips the most out of all of the colors, so still loving that and keeping it in my purse. But also Mango's Wild has really stepped up to the plate. I don't think I mentioned this one as being a favorite during that review, but this is actually the one that has now replaced Melly Melon at my vanity because I love just putting on something sheer, but something that's going to give me a lot of moisture and a little bit of color while I'm getting ready. Still loving Melly Melon though, but I just had to say that these 2 have been my favorites for this month. Let's go ahead and get into my misses for this month. I was actually going to return all of the stuff yesterday, and I'm glad I didn't because, I don't know, this was kind of an impromptu video, and I'm glad I have these products to show you guys. So the first thing that was a little bit of a miss this month was this Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. I think I mentioned this in a video. I got it right around when I got the Rouge Balms from Sephora, and I was so excited when I got this because it was like one of the first times where I actually had one of the workers from Sephora sit down with me and like really match me to a foundation. She ended up choosing this G20 shade for me, and it's very, very warm, but I swear guys, the first few times I wore it, I thought I really liked it. The formula covered really well, and I feel like the actual tone did match me. But once I started wearing this more, the heaviness kind of bothered me, and that's what really kept me from wearing this every single day. It's a very thick foundation that feels, for me, a little bit heavy on my skin, and that's just something I don't like during this time of year. Like I said, I thought the coverage was good, but also the undertone and like how warm this was, it almost like scared me a little bit because I had never wore a foundation that was this warm. So even though I knew it matched in my head, I still felt weird like putting it on my face. I don't know. I don't think this is a horrible foundation by any means, but I just don't think it was a great match for me, and now that I found that Fiona Stiles one, I'm comfortable to return it. Next up is something from the drugstore, and this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I feel like everyone is talking about this right now. I picked this up obviously because I've heard so many people talk about it, but the thing with me is I had no idea it came in 2 shades. I had to search a little bit for this. I don't feel like every Physicians Formula display I came across had this in the line, but I ultimately found it at Target, and I ended up with the shade Light, or it says Light Bronzer. So I thought this was the right one because it was the only one they had at my Target, and then I go to use it, and it doesn't even show up on my skin, and I'm very fair, so I was kind of surprised. It does smell like summer. It smells like cocoa butter. It smells like you're by the beach, but I tried to use this like 4 times because I'm like, maybe I'm just not putting enough on. But guys, this barely shows up, and I am not against light bronzers. I actually like like, bleh. I actually like light bronzers because I don't have to be super careful with them. But for this one, it was just almost too much work because I don't want to be layering something on my skin. So I was kind of bummed out, and then I heard, I think my friend Candace talk about this, and she said she loved it, and then I don't know how I figured that out, but it does come in another shade. So I think for me, I just got the wrong one by accident. So I think I'm going to try to return this and maybe pick up the other color. This next product is so disappointing to me. I was so excited for the new Becca blushes, and I am not a fan at all, unfortunately. The shade that I got was Flower Child, and this is their mineral blush. I think I've liked practically every Becca product I've tried, and like I said, I think I ordered this online before this color was even in stores, and I was so darn excited, but these are so powdery that I feel like so much of it is being wasted every time I go like this. Like, it goes everywhere. I was absolutely shocked to see that, and the first time I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I like put, I don't know, like a huge dent in this because of how much was like flying around. And at first I thought it was the brush, like maybe I used too like hard of a brush in there, and I've tried some of my others that I use for blush all the time, and it still kicks up a ton of powder. I don't know why that's so frustrating to me, probably because I'm wasting it and I don't want it to get all over my clothes or something, but the finish on this and the color, I mean, is super pretty. I mean, I feel like by the time I got it on my cheeks, I was happy, but I just can't deal with the powderiness of it. Do you guys feel like that though? Because I feel like I'm like ripping this apart, and I don't mean to because I love Becca, but I don't know. Is it just this shade? Do you guys think that? Please let me know. Another quick little mention of a miss for me is unfortunately the Katy Kat matte lipsticks from CoverGirl. I shouldn't say lipsticks because technically the miss for this one is just the shade. So I picked this up quite a while ago. It took me forever to like reach for it. I kind of have this little bin of makeup on my vanity that's like all the new stuff that I want to open and try as I'm getting ready. And this sat in there forever, and I think I just kind of subconsciously knew that the shade was not gonna work for me. I got mine at the shade selection there was not very good. Still to this day, I have not seen like any of the bright colors there. So I ultimately went with Kitty Purry, and I thought this would be pretty because it's like a mauve-y color, and it's not too light, but it's not too dark either. I tried this shade on for the first time the other day, and even though on my hand it looks really pretty, for my skin tone, it almost looked like nothing. It was practically my lips, but not better. Is that the first time you heard that one? Probably. I'm actually pretty surprised at how pretty that looks in a swatch, but yeah, for me, it just didn't do anything for me, and because it was so similar to my lip color, I was like, what's the point of even applying it? So as far as the formula goes though, I mean, the packaging I like as well, but the formula seems nice. I didn't have this on my lips long enough to actually tell whether it was drying or not, but yeah, this one is going back, unfortunately. Last but not least, I have quite a few nail polishes to touch on, but they are all from the same line, and I do not like any of them. This is the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel line, and I don't know, I thought this was fairly new. It says no light up here on the handle. It's just supposed to be very long wearing. Yeah, that definitely was not the case, but I did get these really pretty colors in Bite Blue and Electric Pop. I was so excited to try these. I think I tried the pink one first, and actually I don't think I have worn this one just because the formula of this one that I tried was no bueno. I mean, I loved the brush, I have to say that, because it has one of those really, really thick brushes that are super easy to coat the nail. But guys, I put this on my nails with the top coat, let me add that in there, and I swear, I painted my nails at night, and the next morning at work, I had chips. They were small, but I had chips. And that to me is the most frustrating thing in the entire world. I also thought this formula, as I was applying it, was not very good either. It was not smooth, and it was really, really hard to get a nice even coat. So disappointed in those, and I feel like I've heard other people being disappointed as well. And I actually, like I said, got the top coat with them as well. It says Miracle Gel 2x volume top coat, and I was interested or like excited to try this because I'm a huge fan of the C&D Vinylux top coat, and that one's also sold at Meijer, so I was like, you know what, maybe this will be like a dupe for it or something because this one's less expensive. I don't think I really got a good feel for this when I did wear it with the polish that one time, so the other night actually when I painted my nails this color, which is from Essie, I'll put the exact name in the description, but I think it's Blossom Dandy. I think it's maybe a new one. I don't know, but I think it's super pretty. But anyway, I used this top coat with this in place of my Vinylux one just to see how this did on its own. Guys, I kid you not, I put this on. It looked beautiful. I waited, I don't know, I was watching TV for like an hour or maybe even more. I went to sleep, and at least on one of these, I had the texture of my sheets or my pillow or whatever it was on my nail, and that drives me up a wall. I also didn't feel like this helped prolong my nails by any means. I mean, I had chips, and I don't know, I just don't feel like it did a really good job. But I also have like lines from cracking of the polish. I don't know if this is to blame, but that is something I noticed. So I'm just gonna stick to my Vinylux one because this one, no good in my eyes. So that has been everything for my June hits and misses. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you guys are loving or hating down in the comments below, and give us a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I know I mentioned a lot of my other videos during this one, so if you guys want to check any of those out, just click that little eye and they'll all be up there for you. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!